Shoot the breeze topic number one is, should we, as a community, talk more about firearm liability? Are there Pan-African companies for it? Of course. This came with a link. Let me pull it up. Looks like it's taking us to YouTube. I should share the link, or shouldn't I? Present, share screen. Let me share this with you guys. So this takes us to this video. It's almost a 7.5 minute show. I haven't seen this guy in Coleon Noir or something like that. Yeah, Coleon Noir. I haven't seen him in a minute. So what we'll do, we'll watch the video, and on the other side, we will discuss it. All right. Should it be?
I'll kill you. I'll kill you. You got to kill me. Watch this.
If you're a gun owner, you need to stop what you're doing right now and watch this next video because there are so many things to learn from it.
I feel bad.
They took my $80 I had in my pocket. I know they
did. I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
You got to kill me.
Watch this.
I'm sorry. You got me. Okay. Dang, you shot me for real. Damn, baby, I'm sorry. Okay.
Let me go right now.
Okay, I'm sorry. Damn, baby.
Now you go down for this.
Damn, I'm sorry.
Call the police. Call the police right now.
I'm sorry, baby.
Don't go down the shoot you, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Didn't I?
I don't want it that
Didn't I?
I don't want it that. Yeah, baby.
Didn't I just say I'll kill you?
I'm sorry,
Didn't I
baby.
just say that? Didn't I just say that?
I'm
Didn't I?
sorry.
You just,
I don't want to die, baby. Please.
you call the police. I just shot somebody. Just told you I'd shoot your. Tried to rob me. Tried to help your dog.
Damn.
He just tried to rob me. He got a whole surprise. I just told you I was trying to help you.
I apologize, baby.
Couple of things to keep in mind. Yes, this woman is a cop, but none of that matters because when all of this happened, she was an off-duty cop. She wasn't in uniform, and the gun she was carrying was her off-duty gun. So, for all intents and purposes, this woman was a concealed carrying citizen. I point out all of this because people from the gun control lobby will try to write this situation off by saying, oh, but she was a cop, so it's different. No, it's not. Any regular citizen can find themselves in this exact same situation. So miss me with that. So the video starts off as just another grimy day in Southside Chicago. You can see 3 people confronting and trying to attack this one guy. I'm assuming they were making a lot of noise about it because she comes out and confronts them as a mediator of sorts. A few seconds later, 3 of the guys walk off while she continues speaking with the 4th person. And out of nowhere, once she turns her back and starts to walk off, this goofball attacks her. All of the reports that I read said he was trying to take her gun, and it does seem like that's exactly what he was trying to do. But our lady friend here hit him with that Usher meme, though. Now let's talk about all of the lessons to be learned here from this video. The first lesson being the gun is the equalizer. If he had attacked her the same way and she didn't have her gun, this would have been a very different video. I don't care what all the 109th wave feminist books tell you. The vast majority of men are bigger and stronger than women. So the only thing that will equal the playing field when a bigger and stronger man is attacking a woman is a gun. The second thing to be learned from this video is to keep a round in the chamber. I know a lot of people like to carry guns without a round in the chamber, which if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But just understand the limitations and drawbacks of doing that. She only had one hand to grab her gun and pull the trigger. And it was that first shot that got him off of her. Even then, he still tried to grab for the gun and almost had it, but it was the second shot that caused him to stop grabbing. Without a round in the chamber, I am almost certain he would have taken that gun away from her. It wasn't her she-man strength that kept him away from her. It was that gun going off and hitting his ass. The third thing to learn is that gun control doesn't work on criminals. This woman was trying to help this man. You can even hear her say it in the video. Yet this lunatic still tried to attack her for no reason. What makes you think someone who is that compassionless and irrational is going to care about not breaking a gun law? He didn't hesitate to attack a woman who just got done helping him from being attacked himself. There's no reasoning with criminals like this. All they know how to do is to hunt for victims, and the only thing they respect is a potential victim with a gun. Make all the laws you want. It's not stopping criminals like this. The fourth thing to learn is to get some type of concealed carry insurance. I say that because even though this woman was not charged with anything criminally, the family of the man she shot and killed ended up suing her in civil court for $10 million. Yes, you heard that right. They sued her for defending herself against their family member who attacked her. Unfortunately, we live in a society where you can use a gun to save your life, but the family of the person you saved your life from can turn around and try to sue you into bankruptcy. So you may beat the criminal case, but you'll still have to deal with the civil. That's why it's important to have some type of concealed carry insurance like you get when you become a member of USCCA, because you'll not only have access to attorneys to help you with your criminal and civil case, they'll also cover you for any collateral property damage that may occur during your self-defense shooting. Let's say she had missed a couple of those shots and hit a car or a window. With the USCCA membership, you could have all of that covered. I think USCCA is the best, which is why I work with them exclusively. But even if you don't use them, get some form of concealed carry insurance, because people are quick to sue you for anything these days. And the last thing to learn from this video is the reality of open carry. I don't have a problem with people open carrying, but it does come with some risk. One of those being, everyone knows you have a gun on you, including all of the criminals. This guy clearly knew she had a gun on her and he went for it. The same thing can happen to you when you open carry. Criminals aren't always the brightest people in the world, and they tend to act on impulse. So seeing a gun being carried in the open is the precious to their Gollum. At the end of the day, this guy messed around and found out what has been said for decades. God made man, but Samuel Colt made man equal. I love the way this lady handled herself, and I hope she gets all the support she needs going forward.
You know how frightening it is to think about what happens in the moments before, during, and even days after having to use your gun in self-defense? When you first start carrying a gun for protection, it can be a very scary and nerve-wracking experience, especially if you haven't gotten the education and training you need to feel confident. I've been there myself, hoping I never have to go through a self-defense shooting, which is why I'm a member of the USCCA. As a USCCA member, you can eliminate some of the stress of carrying a gun for protection by accessing the amazing wealth of firearm education, training, and current state-specific gun laws of your state or states you may travel to. This can help you be prepared for, or hopefully even avoid, a self-defense incident. As a bonus, members automatically become insured on the self-defense liability insurance policy purchased by and issued to the USCCA. Click below to learn more. You know, we talk a lot about empowerment in this country, except for when it comes to the Second Amendment. However, I can't think of anything more empowering than having the most effective tool to protect you and your family. So help me spread this message by liking and sharing this video with everyone you know. And don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment, because the Second Amendment, when it said militia, it wasn't talking about the government. It was talking about you. Also, if you want to know where to find the I'm the Militia shirt and merchandise, click the I'm the Militia link in the description section of this video. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And most importantly, make sure you hit that bell symbol.
Yeah, I let that video play all the way to the end. For those of you who might be interested, you might be a Second Amendment type person, which we all should be in some form or fashion, or we should at least support black gun clubs and stuff like that. So if you guys want to follow Coleon Noir, go ahead. I will say, though, Coleon Noir, to me, Coleon Noir is one of these guys who guys like Brother Bakari should be getting on a lot. Coleon Noir is one of those guys, no matter what happened in a gun situation with a black person, that black person is at fault. No matter what. And he's out here broadcasting that shit for everyone to see him say it too. He's a guy I give a little bit of a side eye to. There's something he said about this video. I'm not sure how he knew that the guy, went a second time to try to grab the gun because they blocked out the video, but whatever. If you guys are interested, you should be a part of you really should be a part of NAGA, NAAGA. So you guys should. It's only like $40 a month for a single person. You guys should be on that. And if there's a local gun club around you, you guys should be on that too. With that said, the prompt says, should we as a community talk more about firearm liability? Okay. Are there Pan-African companies for it? Pan-African, I'm not certain, although NAGA used to kind of speak in a Pan-African way. Redstone Fire, what's it called? Redstone Fire Club, Fire, yeah, I think it's Redstone Fire Club. They used to kind of speak in a Pan-African way, but since the grifting with the FBA and ADOS stuff came up, I don't know if they still have that messaging, so I'm not certain. But with that said, Oni, what did you see in this story that made you post this prompt?
Damn, you just gonna wrap me out like that? Yeah, I mean, because like he said, he was talking about firearm insurance. I heard that the lady was charged or like sued by the man's sister. I just looked it up, matter of fact, because I was like, I forgot to look it up. Yeah, that man was killed, you know. So apparently his sisters, yeah, he died, of course, yeah.
Okay, yeah, 3 shots, yeah.
Yeah, right. Three well played shots, you know. But yes. No, he died like 3 days later though. But you know, that's what it is. Like it is what it is. But you know, the question being you know, firearm liability, because that's another thing like we don't talk about enough. Like you defend yourself, sure. And then do you have like are we discussing the aftermath? It's like KRS-One said, you know, if you like messing with a woman, right? You know, we talk about, you know, getting the woman or getting to the woman or a relationship with her or whatever, but we don't talk about the aftermath, like, you know, raising a kid with her or some shit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, whether you know, you get a body or whether you you know, like a stray does something, you know, how much, you know, like how much insurance you have. And so like you were saying about, you know, Pan-African companies for it. You know, that's a big question because, you know, earlier today we was on Brother Bakari and, you know, he brought this coon up, you know, like Americoon's first rifle coon. I don't know. Like, so regular ass coon, but it's like, you know, if he has a gun company, that now you telling me about this guy's background. I don't even know who he is, but you telling me that this dude's cooning too. So it's just like, you know, it becomes, I don't know how to say it, but let me say it this way. There was this video of this person jumping off of a like bungee jumping, right? And they jumping really high into the water, you know, for what it's worth. And then the cord snaps. You know what I mean? Like realistically, you could be somewhere and then either sabotage or just something happens. And that's less likely if you with, you know, if you with black folk. You know what I mean? If you with good black folk. But if you put yourself in a situation, you know, like let's say I go down to the gun club and it's America's first rifleman and this guy, right? You know what I mean? I might not come out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like that said, oh, you know, I might have to catch a few, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I might have to add 2 more teardrops or some shit. Like, you know, I ain't crying. I just need to add to, you know what I'm saying? But like that said, like, yeah, we like I think that we you know, this is like a you know, there's an economics here, but 2, it's like this is something that we might actually need if we getting serious about like if we're serious about this stuff, you know what I mean? So that's all I wanted to say, like realistic, because I never hear anybody talking about it, and I know Shoot the Breeze is always talking about the latest stuff, so I was like, let's talk about it.
Yeah, I didn't mean to throw you on the bus there, but about the topic. But that is a question I'll throw out to the chat. Like, in your neck of the woods, if you're in the U.S., and if, you know, whether or not you're a Second Amendment person or not, do you know of firearm liability offered by, you know, black folks, you know, in particular Pan-African type folks? That's a very good question. Like I said, Redstone Firearms, I think that's the name. And NAGA used to preach that, you know, used to have a kind of a Pan-African message. I don't know if they still do. I'll tell you one thing. This guy here, doesn't have a Pan-African message. You have to be very careful of this guy. And he's from the continent too, by the way. I believe he's Nigerian. So you have to be very careful of this guy too, in my humble opinion. Before I welcome in Brother Bakari, shout out to Bobby Wright in the chat. Bakari earlier said peace and black power. Bobby Wright hailed up everyone. Ketter is here as well, saying blessings, fam. Yana B just said you have to stay packing these days the right way. With that said, let's bring in Brother Bakari, who might have more light to shed on this prompt. Bakari, how are you this week?
What's going on, everybody? Good. Panel, chat. You know what? You're right. Colin Walk always take the side of the shooter. He never take the side of the shootee. It's always, if you got a gun with him, you're always right. But I listened to him. I started listening to him. I first heard him doing a cow rotting house in Wisconsin. And that's why I started listening to him. Now, he do enlighten me on some things like with the insurance. I didn't know anything about that insurance, so I'm looking into that. I have to get that because I carry. And I think everybody, especially, and I say it again, especially if you're down south and it's legal to carry your gun on your side like a cowboy, they have their guns. So we need to have ours just in case. You never know when it happens. Like I told people, I've seen, like where I live, I've seen the white militias out here like in the store with their shirt and their hats on and they looking funny and they staring. So you know what? I just let them know I got mine too. I pull my shit up and people don't normally see my gun, but on that day I let them see it. It was like 5, 6 of them.
Nice.
Huh?
No, I said nice. I said nice. That's nice. Yeah.
I'm gonna always, if you somewhere, you should get it. If you got, and they got rules against it, they don't have rules against the 3D printer. And I know Koku say, and I don't like to call him by the name, my bad. Well, he had found one to print handguns for like $200 or something like that. We need to work toward it because they're not illegal. Don't care where you at. They're not illegal. It's something you made at home. So, you know, I think we need this. We need protection. And I say it again, especially in the South, in this environment. You know, this environment has always been here, but now they're showing even more. And we need to be prepared. But I agree with you about being careful of Colin Noir. I don't think he have a Pan-African mindset. And yes, I think he is from Nigeria, but he's smart and he know the law, these gun laws, and that's why I listen to him. Even the coon can be useful sometimes. And I hear my.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Bakari. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I know about him through Maj Toure. That's how I got to know him. I'm also listened to Maj Toure. I think Maj is a little bit more black, I should say. I can say. I'm very iffy about, but these guys.
What's the other guy name? I don't mean to cut you off. Maj or Naj?
Maj, M-A-J.
Toure.
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat. I actually interviewed him before. He's from Black Guns Matter. I think Maj is, I think he thinks about, the black situation a bit more. I think Kolion is a lawyer, and I think he's a lawyer, and I think he doesn't really, I guess you could say, take sides per se. So anytime there's a shooting and a black person is shot, you could expect him to be on the side of the shooter, and I get it. He's a big two-way guy, so he's gonna be on the side of the shooter. That's his thing, But I like folks to look at a situation a little closely and say, hey, this black guy or black woman shouldn't have been killed, in this situation, blah, 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 blah. So that's my one thing. He's one of those guys, definitely is going to blame the black person every time. Bakari, do us a favor. When you look into that, because I think it's good that you saw this and you decided to look into it. When you look into that, share with us some, the information you find out in the future. I think it's important. And for you guys who are wondering about that printer thing, I posted something on the community tab a week or two ago about the 5 best 3D printers You should look that up. In fact, someone commented on the post and mentioned which one of them they thought was a very good one, and it was pretty inexpensive, like $200 or something like that. You guys look into that when you have the chance.
I normally see your community tabs. I didn't see that one though.
Oh, you didn't see it? Yeah, check out the community tab. It's up there. I put it up a few weeks back. In fact, I could check it right now for you. So let's go to channel. Let's go to community tab. Let me go back. It's about 2 weeks ago, I think. So that was the one with the knives. And then hopefully this thing don't put me to shame here and make me a liar. But yeah, that was the one. You guys should be on top of this thing too with the ham radio. Yeah, this one here. The best 3D printers according to experts, right? And I put the article, the link here. You could read the article yourself. In fact, I could go there too. Crap, it takes me, hold on. So this is the article itself right here. And it shows you these 5 or so. The ad came up, so I'm sorry about that. I probably won't be able to show the whole thing. But you guys can go and check it out yourself. I don't have the ad block on this browser right now. You guys can check it yourself. But yeah, that's on the community tab. So yeah, I think you guys could check it out and find the one that you think works for you, and go from there. Go from there.
Hey, can I answer a question that you just that's on the thing and I didn't notice it? That's on the topic. You said, are there any Pan-African companies?
Yeah.
I'm not sure that this is yes, but everyone should try it anyway. I have. Hopefully y'all luck is different than mine. Reach out to the National African American Gun Association.
Yes, I was telling them earlier before you came on that you guys, because I joined it. It's only like $40 a year. You guys can join, and I believe that they help with liability. I'll have to look it up because this prompt was eye-opening for me too. You know, I've never really thought about that. Like, what happens after you stand your ground and defend yourself? What really happens? Like, you know, are you covered in some way? Like this lady was sued for $10 million or some shit like that. Like, is she covered in somehow? So very, very important question. So I'm interested in looking that up now. So I'll look into it too. And Bakari, if you find anything, you let us know, all right?
Yeah, I have to. And another interesting fact about the National African American Gun Association, everybody who was in FAC, with the exception of a few people that I knew, his first like 4,500 members was all from the National African American Gun Association. All of them. That's where they met. All of them.
I see. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to check that out and find out that information. This is the kind of stuff we have to be on top of. For real, for real. Only have any last comments here?
What Bakari just said was his piece, you know, like we have to like we have the people, you know, we just like the people just need the leadership, really, you know, and the connections, and that's really like what we have to be about. But as far as like the insurance is concerned, I was just looking into the printer, you know.
Yeah, get on that because it's going to get serious at some point here too. So get on that. Have your backup, man. I'm still waiting to hear from this Black Gun Club too. I don't know why folks take so long sometimes. But I'm hoping to hear about NAGA. To join NAGA membership was 1, 2, 3, like 5 minutes, and you're in. I have the digital card and all that stuff. So you guys should be doing that too. You guys who are out there listening.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is the gun law strict in the state of New York or just New York City?
New York City in particular but
Oh,
the
okay.
state is a little strict too. But you know, when you go upstate New York, a lot of them people up there is like hillbillies and stuff and farmland and stuff. So they be having their stuff up there. But New York City, like concealed carry is impossible in New York City.
Yeah, it's definitely the city because I know if you drive out the state, like you could pass by gun shops and stuff. You know,
Yeah.
Like you drive out the city, my fault. You pass by gun shops like on your way wherever you're going. So
Yeah.
it's pretty much just a city.
Yeah. It's
Like they
pretty
even
much-
got weird knife laws in the city too.
yes.
It's pretty hard to you know, it's not
Yeah.
impossible, but it's pretty hard to stab a person down.
Yeah. This is why I put up this post a little while ago about the knives somewhere here.
That's what I wanted to add though. Let me add this right here. I forgot. Yeah, so look, that's the thing that he kept saying the gun's the equalizer. The guns don't make you equal, the guns make you superior. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm thinking too. What is he talking about? Equal.
Yeah, it's not she wasn't out on fair grounds with this dude. She won. You know what I'm saying? Like she won handedly. You know, like the man's dead and she now, you know, possibly $10 million in debt, but nah, I think she's good. But the reality is that that's the thing that we have to come to terms with. It's like you not getting a gun to be equal with anybody. Maybe equal with a gunman, but you getting the gun to be better than the motherfucker coming at you with a knife or coming at you with his hands, you know? And that's really like one thing that we have to also come to terms, like just be realistic about, because this gun, one of the things we have to understand about this gun is that that's how we're here. You know what I mean? I know Bakari's gonna say you were tethered, you ain't come here through a gun, but but like for real, like the reason why a lot of our ancestors are in America or in the Caribbean or whatever, right, is because this white boy had a gun. You know what I mean? It didn't make him equal. It made his military power better. You know, and that's what we we definitely cannot be against. Like in a world of, like they say, in a world of wolves, you got to carry a spear. You know, in a world of motherfucking shooters, you got to be a shooter too. You know, like you have to be. There's no, you know, that's why I wanted to stress this too. A lot of folk be like, yo, let's go back to the village life and shit. You can't, like, the village life is done. You know, unless you trying to be like, the village life is done. Unless you trying to be like on a reservation or something, you can't be on no village life stuff. It's done. You know, because these white folk will remove you from your land and use your land if you ain't trying to fuck with nothing. You know what I mean? Like we have to be serious about on these guns, and like you were saying about the 3D printers and shit. Like we have to be serious about just getting ahead of these other people. You know, like whether it's in the States or is it on the continent, we got to be serious about getting ahead. That's it.
Yeah, absolutely. I was talking to Kevin Carre last night, and we were talking about that too. You know, Oni always talks about technologize. You know, that's something. If we don't get into our weaponry, our science and technology, if we don't get into that AI, we're gonna fall back even further now. And Yana B made a point in the chat too. We need to go to the range also. I know a lot of people who own guns down south, Virginia and all that kind of stuff, who don't go to the range. And that's a shame too. Because let me tell you, if you've never been to a range before, I know Bakari knows this. When you go to the range and you hear those guns pop off, they could rattle you, man. All these guns going off can rattle you if you don't get used to it. So picking up, huh?
Nah, don't rattle me.
Oh yeah, no, I mean maybe not you, but I've seen people go in. In fact, I've seen people go into the range shooting guns and their hands hurting because they're not used to it. So you gotta go there and practice this thing too. Practice makes perfect, as they say. So I encourage what Yana B is saying.
You know what? I absolutely agree. It will rattle you. So this is what I suggest if you've never been to the range. I learned this. Like I say, I take women to the range. Don't go as much as we used to because the bullets went up so damn high. So I'm trying to figure out a way. We have to get our friend. She's trying to manufacture bullets, and I want to be able to help her. And that is something I want, you know, to be able to help her with, because bullets went up so damn high, people don't go as much. But When you go to that range and you're not used to shooting and you're not used to being around guns, I suggest if you're taking somebody for the first time, have them, before you put a gun in their hand, have them just stand there and listen for about 20 and 30 minutes while everybody shoots, so they could get accustomed to the boom, to the noise of to the sound that the gun make. Allow them to get accustomed to it, because if not, and you go to shoot, that noise coming from your gun and the people next to you gun, man, I've literally seen people drop their gun in fear. Was taking a woman, training her, and she really broke out in tears. I'm like, what's wrong? All these guns. I'm like, just relax then. Just don't touch the gun no more. Just stand here. And if the noise from their gun bother them, start them off with something that make a power. Start them off with a 22, something that's not real loud. You understand what I'm saying? So they can get used to shooting the gun. Let them get used to the noise, then start them off something small like a 22, so they can get used to handling a handgun. And Carl Hezekiah, you're right. My children been shooting since they were, I think my son, we started, he was 10 years old, 12 years old. I see some of that younger than that. He was like 12. I see some of that younger than that.
Yeah, I've gone to the range. I've seen the white folks with their 9 and I think 9 is a young 9-year-old daughters shooting, man, holding the gun with them to get them used to that kickback. Like Forecast said earlier, if you ain't used to that kickback and stuff and that noise, I'm telling you, you a lot of grown men succumb to that shit too. I had a lady friend. Me and her went one time in Virginia, and she had to go sit down outside after a while. Like, it was just, it's serious. It's serious. So you have to get used to that. Don't think you can just pick that up one day and just defend yourself. You gotta put some practice in and be used to that too. Yana B says yes. The 22 are really nice and powerful. 22, all right. I think a 22 is good to ease you into it for sure. Bakari, what's your favorite? Weapon, a handgun or a long gun?
AR-47, which is an AR platform that shoot AK-47 rounds, and I like the rifle better. But I train on both. I'm better with the rifle, but the AR is really loud. See that 22 rifle? And I know you say yeah, but I'm gonna tell you, it's more powerful than people go look. Not the 22, just the 22 long rifle. Go look and see how. Now you have to place your rounds damn near perfect, but you can go look and see how a 22 rifle take down a wild hog with one shot. For a very long time, the 22 rifle had the longest kill. They had to kill for the most range. That bullet went 1.2 miles and actually hit its target, and it would have been a kill. It's more powerful than people think, and it's cheaper. But you know, for me, I'm going to do the AR-15, AR-47. My handgun is don't see, and a lot of people, when we start to get weapons, we do guns. We do like we do with shoes. We purchase by name. Don't purchase by name. I'm going to tell you a good 9mm right now. That's a Taurus, and it's going to be much cheaper than a Smith & Wesson. And it does the same thing that the Smith & Wesson does, and it's going to be about $200 cheaper. Another good rifle, a high point, the 9mm carbine rifle. Do not get a high point handgun. Get their rifle. Their handguns is crap, but I promise you, their damn rifles is on point. Their rifles are great. Don't get their handgun. Do not get a 380. A 380 is that don't have bullets. That's why I say don't get it. It's hard to find bullets, and since the bullets was leaving so quick, the 380 bullets went up extremely high. So if you do find some, you might be able to get a box of 50 for about $45, and that about $45, and that is high.
Yeah, because bullets used to be like pennies back in the day. Yeah. Yeah. Harsh Rally Podcast out there says 22 bullet also tends to bounce and tumble around, hit multiple organs. Yeah, that's the thing I learned about the 22 bullet. It bounces around. Forecast earlier said something I have to agree with. He said the first time he shot with a 45 was crazy. Yeah, that's why I tell you, it looks simple. But when you get out there, between the noise, between the kickback, you really do have to get used to that shit, man. So I hope everyone is inspired to go and do their thing. Look, Bobby Wright says definitely the 40 Glock for handguns and AK-47 for long guns. Yeah, I like how y'all guys are talking, man. We need to talk about this stuff a little bit more. Even though it's on YouTube, we can have private conversations about this too. But we definitely got to get on top of this stuff for real, for real.
One more thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Home protection. If you can get a shotgun, a pump, not the long barrel, the short barrel, the legal. I'm telling, I can't even think of the name of it right now. As soon as I got ready to say, I'm going to tell you. But anyway, I'm going to get the name of it and tell you the next time we do this show. It's like $150. And I promise you, that's one of the best damn shotguns, and they're perfect for, they're good for home defense. I'll just leave it at that. But they are, and it's only brand new, like $100. The last time I saw them, they had gone up to around $190 because more people was buying them. But I promise you, I'm gonna have the name of it the next time. But it was like $190, brand new, and I got some videos on my channel where I was out there and I was shooting my friends. I was shooting his while we was out shooting practicing, and I was shooting his. I ain't gonna I love it. And you got to aim the shotgun too. People think you don't have to aim. Oh, you know the bullets don't spread. And you have to aim. You have to work on your aim. Work on your aim. And D-Web is right about that bullet bouncing around, hitting other organs too with that 22.
Yeah. This shotgun you describing sounds like this brother was telling me at this gun store some years ago in New Jersey. This brother was telling me this particular gun is about the same price that you and Bobby are talking about. I forget the name now. And he was telling me you have to work on your aim. He said that shit will go through your wall, through the bedroom wall, through the neighbor's wall. Like, you better be careful, and it's good for home protection. So yeah, I say you guys got to get used to that stuff, man. D-Web says can get a 20 gauge cheap. Good for home defense for your lady and the kids. Easy to handle and kickback not bad. That's good to know too. Peace to Erica Howard, man. Glad to see you come through tonight. Saw you early on Bakari's show. Thanks for coming through. She says hello all. All right. But we got to work on that liability thing, especially you guys down in the South where you can carry your weapon on you. We got to figure out, is there such a thing as these gun clubs or what have you, or NAGA? Do they do it? Do they help you with liability and stuff? Because that's a very important question. We talk about it all the time, how you need to protect yourself. But yeah, what happens after you protect yourself, right? Are you in the hole for big money, right? Yeah, very good prompt, man. I appreciate that. Let's go to Shoot the Breeze prompt number 2. Thanks for coming through, Bakari and Oni. Like I said, Buana is at a wedding, so he won't be with us tonight. Shoot the Breeze topic number 2 is, why is there an insistence from these liberal or leftist types that white people need to learn our history? What exactly does this accomplish? This came, of course, with a link that takes us to Twitter. On Twitter, it takes us to Lakota Man. Tweets, I'm starting to think that white kids are strong enough to learn Black and Native history. It's their parents that are having issues with it. Agree? Hashtag Black History Month. And this is an image that says America's stolen land above the Indian, and above the Black man it says built by people who were stolen from their land. Is this a thread? No, it's not a thread, but apparently some people are agreeing. Some people seem to be agreeing with it. So the prompt says,